Hey guys, and welcome back to Trapjack's Cast. I'm Trapjack, and with me here is the second game in the best of 3 finale of the 1 vs 1 ESL Cup, played on the 21st of May 2017. We have Comet's Pass here, which is an interesting choice for a final map, I guess. I don't know if it's a loser's choice for map on this Cups, or if it's like any sort of a voting system in place there, but I'm guessing that Deadline chose this map, and we have Deadline, like before mentioned, here spawning on the left bottom side, and he brings along to the table this, I almost said Striking Scorpions, Kill Team Ironmore, Gabriel Angelos, and the Venerable Dreadnought, and on the top right hand side we have the Eldar, Bikerush, who brings along Striking Scorpions, the Autarch Kyre, and the Wraith Lord. Get this match on the way without further ado. And yeah, we see the second Bone Singer on the side and 3 Dire Avenger squads. For Bikerush, we see Deadlines opening pretty much the same like it always was. So, I'm sorry, we have the Servitor, which goes in here, caps the point, and will put the barracks down. Wow, I almost can forecast whatever he's doing. That's so impressive. Webway Gate is coming down here for Bikerush. Also on the defensive point, of course, he can warp that anytime, anywhere. He has vision. Listening Shrine is gonna be built right here. And we have most likely, again, 1 Assault Marine squad coming on here, 1 Assault Marine squad loading into a pod. We've seen that plenty of times now from Deadline. He is not deviating from his plans whatsoever, even though it wasn't running as good in the first match as he hoped it would be. Like, his Assault Marine squads did good damage early on, but as longer as the match went, they pretty much decreased in damage and so in usefulness for him, as the Servitor gets now chased off by those Dire Avengers here. 3rd squad of Dire Avengers on the way for Bikerush, and the other Assault Marine squad almost done here for the drop pods of Deadline. So now leaping into those 2 Dire Avenger squads, manages to get one. The leap back to the other one did not get them there, but the plasma grenades hit, 1 model falls down, and the Assault Marine squad retreats. And we have the Bone Singer, which poured it out there, right? It was threatened. Sorry, a little bit of a twisted tongue here in the beginning of this match. Scout Marines chasing this Bone Singer. Bone Singer has not has his teleport up, so that is a little bit of an issue for every Bone Singer that gets put up onto the wall and shot. Right there we have the Webway Gate now ported forward for Bikerush on this point. And he wants to have pressure on this very resource point, and is now waiting for the shield regen a little bit before he goes to town there. Also worthy of note is the spreading out of the Dire Avenger squads right there. Was a pretty good move, pre-spreading them, so the Assault Marines only get to hit only one of them. Because Space Marines are pretty reliant on their stuns. That was a pretty good move. Now a drop pod comes down here for the defense of this point, as the Bone Singer was trying to cap it. In come the swords, not power swords now, but that will pretty soon be the case, as soon as he has the money for the armory. It will go down. Now the recall comes in, but they all get tied up into combat, so he can't really recall right there. That was a good move by Deadline, but the recall comes in nonetheless. No, they get tied up in combat once again, but with the Webway Gate here ported to the front, he has, of course, the movement advantage as the standard comes down, stunning one more squad of Dire Avengers. In comes the jump from the Assault Marines. Assault Marines are going for those Dire Avengers, which are desperately trying to flee. One more jump is going to be spelling the end here for this Dire Avenger squad. In comes the Kill Team Iron Maw with the flamethrower equipped. That could be one of the turning strategies here that Deadline went for. He did not go for the Librarian Jonah Orion here in this matchup. He went for the Kill Team Iron Maw and is now putting damage onto this webway gate. Of course, it has 4 seconds cooldown and can't port right now. Now the cooldown is off, but it wouldn't save this webway gate as it explodes into a lot of flying colors. Pretty cool to see for us, pretty bad for the Eldar right now as he has to build it once more. As he goes with the Striking Scorpions here for this lonely listening point. There is a huge distance to cover here for the Space Marine, and there are no drop pods available right now for him. He has to cover the ground somehow if he doesn't want to lose this, but instead goes in for the pressure himself as one Dire Avenger squad, 2 Dire Avenger squads got taken out here by the Assault Marines, which are hammering away on this listening post right on over here, as the Striking Scorpions are getting the generator bash on the other side. So this is pretty much traded evenly, with the exception of course that Bikerush lost 2 of his Dire Avenger squads over here and is only gonna able to rebuild 1 at a time. So this is going to hurt a little, but it won't affect him in the long run that much. And we have the cap here on this side of the map. Deadline now with a pretty solid foothold here on the lower part of the map. Has even got the elite generator almost ready to go here, as he wants to have his Gabriel Angelos and even maybe his Venerable Dreadnought on the field here in this matchup. Can't really complain about this decision because he needs some strong support if he wants to hold up with his forces here of Bikerush, as they manage to clash here once more. The Striking Scorpions here on the hunt and invisible for those units here from the Space Marine. He's walking into a trap, but he doesn't realize the leap comes in from the Striking Scorpions, ties all of them up, and melee's plasma grenades are flying in as the flamethrower comes out for the Kill Team Iron Maw here, and leap on leap, punch on punch. The Kill Team Iron Maw gets less and less HP as they are tied up in melee, which is not very helpful for them. And the flamethrower does damage on those Dire Avengers even a little bit as the jump comes in from the Assault Marines here. The Dire Avengers squad will most likely fall, but for what price? There is huge damage to Kill Team Iron Maw, only 2 models remaining of those, and the Striking Scorpions are managed to retreat, going to the hunt again, going to temporarily be invisible as the stealth was briefly disabled by touching the point. Now there will be the recall, but there isn't, because the leap is going on to the Kill Team Iron Maw here. Bikerush seeing his chance to decimate this elite, and there goes the Kill Team Iron Maw, goes on to cooldown, has now 155 seconds before it can be redeployed. That's a huge hit, but we have 2 elite points already on the side of Deadline. He is trying to save up for Gabriel Angelos here, which could be the saving grace here for him, as the Scout Marines are trying to get some damage done onto those generators over here, getting a little bit chased away here by those Striking Scorpions. Scout Marines are not on the max HP part of the game, unfortunately, and so they have to retreat with pretty much anything that comes in here from the Eldar. They are CC units. They are not really designed to do much damage in lower numbers. In higher numbers that might be a different case, but with only 2 squads they are primarily there for the crowd control effects. As we have 3 Assault Marine squads on the field for Deadline, along with his 3, well, a little bit broken down Scout Marines here. And Bikerush is not replenishing anything right now. He is going for the Sky Portal next. Yeah, he has obtained the tier 2 upgrade, and with the Sky Portal we know it, there will be Falcons on the map. And if the Falcon's hitting the field before he can get the 4th elite point, which is another 120 seconds away, if I'm not mistaken. As soon as this goes down, we will know. Oh, it's only 90 seconds away, but within those 90 seconds, if those Falcons get out, they can wreak havoc here on this map, and that would be pretty much devastating for the Space Marine right there, as the Bone Singer here in the shadows is going for a warrior portal right here, and that is a I don't know what to think of this idea, folks, because there will be a listening post right up over here. So if he wants to have Banshees or Dire Avengers or anything out there, they will get immediately shot at, and within lower numbers, I don't know if that would be a good call for this one. But we have to wait what comes out of here as we hit escalation phase 2 and the resources are starting to flow here. He gets a disrupt on the servitor right there. Will try to focus the servitor down. No, not anymore, as the servitor finished the listening post. The striking scorpions have to retreat, especially that now that the kill team Ironmore is in here. Banshees are going to be called upon here on this warrior portal. They will manage to hit the field, but the warrior portal gets wisely ported out before that even is the case, because one Banshee squad against this kill team Ironmore and 2 Scout Marines is pretty much a no-brainer. You have to go out there. And now in comes the standard, or in comes another drop pod with Gabriel Angelos now. Now Gabriel Angelos is on the field as the first Falcon is also hitting the field for now. Graviton Grenade pretty much hits at least a little bit, does apply the slow to the Striking Scorpions, and now Striking Scorpions are only down to 2 models, get stunned once again by the leap of Gabriel Angelos. Gabriel Angelos hammering away at those Striking Scorpions, managed to get the kill on those Striking Scorpions, and now 150 seconds for the Striking Scorpions to hit the field again. So now the pendulum swings once more into the favor of Deadline as the first Falcon hits the field for Bikerush, and with that he pounds away onto this Gabriel Angelos here on the field as the Banshees are coming in and trying to prevent that resource point from getting captured right there. And Assault Marines are jumping into the fray. Did not quite hit anything, but managing to get out of the way of the Banshees, which could be pretty devastating, especially as they are wounded for now. And the Banshees are trying now to get the upper hand on those Assault Marines, getting swing after swing off onto this Assault Marines. Even one squad's already down here, and the Falcon is doing the rest. There is only 1 or 2 more hits left on those squads here before they die off to those Banshees and the Falcon. There it is. So all those Assault Marines, those heavily resources, we can have a look. Assault Marines cost 500 requisition points each, and he lost 3 of them. 1,500 requisition points, just done. Went off in a matter of seconds there by these forces. So Bikerush has switched now, is going from his Dire Avenger approach onto a Banshee focused approach there with the Scream and the there is no doctrine for that, but they scream anyways. Weird. But he hasn't gone for the quick strike upgrade. Why should he, on the other hand, as the second Falcon is coming out? So the Falcons will be the pretty much the bone of his army composition. But he has a little bit of a problem to maintain map control, as Deadline is still in favor of most of the resource point on the map, as a drop pod is called upon here, and another squad of Assault Marines is hitting the field as the warrior portal will get decimated before it can be ported out. That's a huge hit, as 2 of the Falcons are coming in here to save what is left of the energy shield. Graviton Grenade goes down, does not do as much damage to the Falcons as now the striking Scorpions are hitting the field, and the Autarch Kyre is ready to be called upon as well. So we have a pretty much worthwhile fight on our hand, as once more it got uncovered there that the kill team was about to teleport back to the orbital station, as Gabriel Angelos manages to get down one Falcon with the help of this land speeder over here, who has the multi-melta cannon upgrade. And we have now Gabriel Angelos facing off 2 elites and a Falcon with only the the multi-melta cannon of the land speeder there. It goes down to the Eldritch Winds of the Autarch right there, and Autarch goes up onto his Sky, that's not Skyfall, that's Sky Leap, I think, and flies away pretty much uncontested. Has taken a little bit of shield damage, but that is whatever, that you don't have to count on that. Negligible, whatever. I'm not gonna try to pronounce it any further. Autarch is flying around the map, pretty much good vision here. Skyfall comes in onto the land speeders, did not manage to stun one of them, but the Eldritch Wind, which is casted right here, is taking a little bit of a damage spike onto those servitors. If not the land speeders, he at least got the servitors right there. A Viper is coming in as well for Bikerush here, and with the help of the Falcon, he will manage to get this resource point, will manage to get a foothold once more on this map, as he has now his second resource point on the map. Meanwhile, Deadline on all the others right there, as the Banshees are going for the shield generator bash right there. As the shields are going away to those land speeders, he has to take care of the Banshees. He does not even manage to get those generators here because of the land speeders and the multi-melta cannon, which are going off. Servitors now repairing those. He will have to count on those for a little bit longer of the match's duration, as they work pretty well against those Banshee harassment squads. The Viper and the Striking Scorpions, on the other hand, are here. What is the Autarch doing? Is the Autarch doing anything special? The Autarch in this Falcon right here is going across the map, sees if he can do something around there. There is now a land speeder and a Falcon briefly meeting, giving high fives to each other, as the Falcon is trying to do a little bit of poke damage here to this Doctrine Chapel. And we have now 3 land speeders on the way, but that might be a mistake, attacking here with the Autarch as well, who manages to get the Eldritch Wind off, and the plasma grenades are doing huge damage here. But on the other hand, 1 land speeder falls, but with that also the Falcon falls here for Bikerush as well. Is the Autarch getting the other land speeder? It doesn't seem like it. He is going for the Eldritch Winds, doesn't manage to hit him though. But 1 more auto attack spells the end for this land speeder, and that means 2 land speeders lost at the cost of 1 Falcon here. And the Autarch is a little bit in a rough spot here, as the Kill Team Iron Maw gets called upon once more. Graviton Grenade goes out, but he has the Sky Leap available. Is he? No, Sky Leap is not available. 10 seconds, but that 10 seconds cost him pretty much his life right there, as the Viper comes in and is going to time warp this land speeder and the kill team on that part. We have a little bit more of pressure here for Deadline. That was who is trying to get those Vipers off his machine code here, his machine code, which he will rely on to produce even more of those land speeders, or maybe a dreadnought if there is an emphasis on a little bit more of an infantry army. And I'm pretty much curious at what Bikerush is trying to do here, as it looks a little bit dire for him, as he loses map control step by step as the time bomb comes in here, and both Vipers are falling. One is falling down the cliff here, gets annihilated onto the cliff walls, and the land speeder is getting away with a slither of health left. What is Bikerush relying on next? He is still going on to the Vipers right here. He still tries to get Vipers onto the field as good as he can. And a Deadline is remaining with his one squad of, or his one land speeder here, as the Venerable Dreadnought gets called onto the field. And that is a whole other story now. The momentum shifted, or did it shift really? As Bikerush was just about to fight his position back onto the map, but with the Venerable Dreadnought and his one-shot potential for pretty much everything with his mighty Q ability, the maximal charge, it will be a little bit difficult for Bikerush here to get back onto the field, get his resources back going, get a counter onto the field for this huge elite army, I have to say. In comes the normal shot for the assault marine. Here comes the maximized charge, and it misses, beautifully dodged here by the striking scorpions. Did get a little bit of the dot damage here, but not as much as it could have been. But the Venerable Dreadnought auto shots are also a little bit worrisome, to say the least, as I think one more elite was called upon. Striking scorpions are down here, but no, there is the Wraith Lord is pretty much out of reach for Bikerush for now. He can't really rely on those, as the Striking Scorpions with two remaining models are trying to do what's necessary here. Another machine cult gets built here for Deadline. Bikerush scouted this out as the Striking Scorpions fell, and we have a huge battle going on here as the Kill Team Ironmore gets ported back and can be redeployed at full health back again, which he will do right there. And he will equip them with, I think, plasma launchers, because that would be the reasonable choice here, as he pounds away onto those generators here. Every time Bikerush tries and manages to get his foot back onto the map with some resource points that he captures, every time Deadline has something else to answer it. So we have to see what is up with those tactics here. Will it succeed here for Deadline? Will we see a match 3 between those opponents, or will this be the end for Deadline in this tournament, and will the finale go to Bikerush right there? We are trying to find that out, as the plasma launchers for the Kill Team Ironmore are pounding away on those cannons. The Eldritch Storm, or the Storm of the... yeah, that is Eldritch Storm, I was correct, is coming down here. The ultimate ability for the Eldar is trying to get rid of this Dreadnought here. He's trying to move his Valkyries. No, is it Valkyries? No, it's called Vipers. Sorry, Vipers here to the Dreadnought, but he has to take care of those because they are pretty much vulnerable to those shots of the Dreadnought. The Dreadnought is now in the middle of the Eldritch Storm here, gets down to low HP. Is Deadline able to save his Dreadnought here, as the Falcon is pounding away on the Dreadnought as well? That looks dire for the Dreadnought. Gets out one more maximized charge and tries to get something done here, but it's not enough. The Dreadnought falls here to the Eldritch Storm, and that is 2 elite points worth of cost here, as it manages to take out 3 elites here for Bikerush, and with that might be the momentum swinging finally in the favor of Bikerush here, who tries to get on his resources as much as he can. He knows now is his time, now or never. He has to go for those resource points. He has to go back into the game. He has to manage and save every resource he can get his hands on, as the Space Marines here upgraded with those power swords are leaping across the map and trying to defend what's left here. It's looking all of a sudden dire for Deadline here, as he has not really much to counter this army here. The Vipers and the Falcons have pretty much regained map control here for Bikerush, and Bikerush is on the move, gets even more Falcons out on the field, gets even more, tries to get even more map control here, and with the capturing of those points he is not far from getting full map control here on Comet's Pass one more time. And is he able to make the comeback? It looked dire for the majority of the match, as this might have been a misplay here by Deadline. Tries to jump onto the core, tries to get up, tries to jump onto this cannon here rather. Maybe wanted to get some swings off and try to get the cannon down for additional resources, but 2 Falcons were waiting here just for him to do that. Bikerush very well anticipated that move, and the Autark is back on the field as well. Autark Kyre here back on the field, as well as the Striking Scorpions and 1 lonely Assault Marine squad. Another one gets loaded into a drop pod. He is not varying much from his normal build order as the Doctrine Chapel goes down here to the fire of the Falcons. 3 Falcons here, that's a sight. You do not often get to see those 3 Falcons hammering away on a lonely listening post of the Space Marine here. And with that being said, this point will be now available for capturing. Also listening shrines here everywhere you have a look, everywhere there is listening shrines coming on up for the Eldar. He is getting his foothold and he gets it strong. Bikerush, that is. Even getting those Assault Marines here out of the way onto his squads. Excuse me. Yeah, and that is pretty much, I'm hesitant to say it's game, but what else can Deadline really do about that right now? He has to rebuild all of his buildings. Machine Cult is coming up right here. He has pretty much no upgrades done. He has upgrades for his machines and 1 for his infantry health. But yeah, if you see the resources right here, well, there will be a land speeder, maybe 2. But again, against those forces here, I don't know if that's enough. Now the Kill Team Iron Maw is coming out. Graviton Grenade going onto the Striking Scorpions here. He might have a chance to finish those off. Went for the Plasma Grenade Launcher here to fight those Striking Scorpions here at the 26-minute mark we have right now onto this match, and the Falcons are moving slowly but surely onto the center of the map. I think as soon as the Kill Team Iron Maw falls here, there will be most likely an attempt to go for this cannon, but there is now a little desperation move from Deadline. He comes onto the field with a Predator Destructor here, tries to defend those points, those valuable resource points, or tries to regain them rather, as Gabriel Angelus called upon to the field, did not get to micro him at all until he gets down to almost half of its HP, is almost going down. Is the Predator Disruptor to be there in time, as the Falcons are moving away now, and Gabriel Angelus falls onto the fire of the Falcons. And now we have the Webway Gate is ported on forward, but it's pretty much one-shotted by this Disruptor tank, or this Destructor tank rather. 1 more Assault Marine squad is on the way. He's still relying on this Assault Marine heavy tactic. Well, what else can he do? He has not that many resources to build another one of those lucky fellas here. And even with 3 Falcons, he has, Bikerush that is, has to move away from this 1 lonely tank. That might be the saving grace here for Deadline. We have to see how he answers to that. And the answer is already on the field. Wraith Blades are coming, and another Wraith Guard squad. 2 Wraith Blade squads and a Wraith Guard squad. And the Autark is going onto the Sky Leap here. Is trying to manage to stun the tank here just for now, as the Falcons are moving away. Wraith Blades are coming in, and the Wraith Guards are coming a little bit further behind, as the tank is in a pretty dire squad here. Can't move forward, can't move back, gets to explode right there. And that is the total map control here on the point of deadline. We have the Venerable dreadnought, however, just be able for a deployment here, but it's too late anyways. Deadline, GG's out, and with that the winner of the 1 vs 1 ESL Cup on the 21st of May is Bikerush. Congratulations to him. Pretty great matches we saw, and I've been Trapjack from Trapjack's Cast, and I hope I see you on the next one. GGLHF. GGLHF? No, GGGLHF. See you on the next one. Bye bye.